In today's webinar, I am going to discuss about the spider impulse system, how in the spider we can generate the calls based on the trend, how we can identify the uptrend, downtrend, and a sideways movement based on the impulse system generated by the spider. And I have also modified bit about this impulse study to make it easier for you. So let's discuss that. So when it comes to trend, so there is one legendary trader in the market, which is Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. He has said once that વધારે વધારે લેવાનું, ઘટારે ઘટારે બેચવાનું. Buy when price is rising and sell when price is falling. So this is an trend mantra which we can follow. So what I was saying, I was saying about the trend mantra. So this is a trend mantra. Like if we want to take a profitable trade or if we want to focus on the trend, then the trend mantra is વધારે વધારે લેવાનું, ઘટારે ઘટારે બેચવાનું. That means buy when price is rising and sell when price is falling. So how to define that this is the point that price will start rising, this is a point where price will start falling. So based on that, we have designed this spider impulse system. So this is a spider impulse system theory. So default parameter of spider impulse study is basically high and low input. So price high and price low input. So there will be three colors in the spider impulse system. The first one would be in green, would in red color, and the second one, the third one would be in blue color, green color. Second, so before going in detail about this, you can see there are three colors defined in this screen. So one which is in green color, one which is in red color, and second which is in blue color. Okay, so we have defined the trend based on the simple analysis. So over here, so what is the theory behind green candle, red candle, and the blue candle? So over here, the green candle denotes if the price is making higher high and lower highs. That means if the current high is greater than previous high and current low is greater than previous low, then the study would make the candle as green. Secondly, if the candle is in red, that means the current high is less than previous high and current low is less than previous low. So if the candle is making lower low, it would make a red candle. Then the third criteria, which has a two parts. There might be inside bar or there might be outside bar in the trend. So inside bar and outside bar is a separate price action theory. I have designed all this particular theory in the one technical query of Spider, and last will also showcase that also. So when the price is making high is less than previous high or low is greater than previous low, that means this is an inside bar pattern over here in the first example. Second criteria would be that high is greater than previous high, low is less than previous low. That would be an outside bar candle. So based on this particular scenario, we can generate three trends. One which is rising, second which is falling, and third which is in the range movement, or which can also say as a sideways. So let's move to the spider software. So over here, how to add the spider impulse system? First, I denote you that. So I am opening a new chart. So let's say I'll take example of TCS, any random script I have taken. I have zoomed the chart. Now I'm clicking S over here to get into the study selection bar. Then you can simply press S and go to spider impulse system study. So this is an indicator given in the study selection of spider tool. You can select in all time frame. Over here in display, you can change the color of the bars. I have make it as a default green, red, blue. And the most importantly, the part comes is input part. So default input is high and low. You can modify this input as per your any indicator. How to modify, I'll also explain that also. So this is a default parameter high and low. So if I am adding the default parameter, so what it is doing, you can see this candle is green because this high is greater than previous high. This candle low is greater than previous low. So this candle is in green color. So whenever this bars are in green, that means the stock is making higher high structure. And over here, you can see this is a blue color bar. Two blue color bar has been made. So this current candle high is less than previous high. Current candle low is greater than previous low. That means this is forming an inside bar pattern over here, as I have mentioned in the PPT as well. So, and when the price is making lower low, it would be in the red color. Like in this example, you can see the current low is greater than, sorry, is less than previous low. Current high is less than previous high, and over here it is making a lower low structure. So this study will help you to define the structure in the market, what the structure is currently prevailing. And accordingly, as per your studies as well, you can modify the inputs. By default, it is high and low to identify the trend. Secondly, you can use, your user can also change the input based on their studies as well. For example, let's take ROC study. Okay, so in ROC there are two inputs, ROC and ROC average. So if I'll change the input of spider impulse system study as ROC and ROC average, so then in that case the candle would be in green when ROC and ROC average is positive. Okay, comparing to previous bar, the candle would be in red when ROC and ROC average is negative comparing to previous bar, and the candle would be in blue when one of the input is positive and second one is a negative. So if you want to change the input of this particular, so, and just for an example purpose, I'm using a ROC. In my what I'm going to show in my setup is I have not used ROC. This is just for an example I'm using. I have added ROC in the bottom area. Then go to spider impulse system study modification. In input section, in scroll, just scroll bar this and change the input as ROC percentage. Second column input as ROC average. Okay, so I have made the changes over here. Now click on modify. So what it will showcase us, the candle would be in green when ROC and ROC average is positive. The candle would be in blue when one of the parameter is positive and another one is negative. The candle would be in red when ROC and ROC average both are falling, both are negative comparing to previous bar. Okay, this way we can define the trend. So likewise, I have made my own trend template. So I'll just show you that. So this is Neil impulse system. I have made this screen. I'm opening the screen. So this is the screen which I have made based on my personal studies I am using, and that helps to define me the trend. So this is a basically simple concept I have used. In that also I have added the spider congestion zone to identify the stiffness in the market where the price is oscillating very much. So I have added the spider congestion zone as well in this. The box area which you can see over here and over here, the two horizontal lines are a spider congestion zone I have added. Okay, now we'll move on to the examples how to use this setup. So as of now, I have explained you about the trend mantra. So the trend mantra for me is simple: વધારે વધારે લેવાનું, ઘટારે ઘટારે બેચવાનું. Buy when price is rising, sell when price is falling. Secondly, I have explained you this implication of spider impulse system. The default implication, it's based on the trend high and low. Then I have also explained you how to criteria. Now let's move on to my impulse system. Modify this based on your how I use this particular impulse system. I have combination analysis. So that the same case, you don't have to shift either of the scripts and see the analysis part. I have made this scanner over here in technical query. If you go to query, technical query, so I have made this scanner of mine. So this scanner will help me to get the trend identification on the early stage where the trend can start to begin. Okay, in this trend, in this setup, I have also, as I said, I have used the trend plus price action method. So over here, I have used the conditions, okay, which are protected as of now. But if you want this particular scanner, you can coordinate after webinar. Our support team, they will share you. So I have used almost 0 to 5 conditions over here that helps me to identify based on the price action and trend method which other stocks are gaining strength. Okay, and the same concept, the buy when the price is rising, sell when the price is falling with the momentum. So let's take whole NSE. Okay, I'm not taking any small group. I'm taking whole NSE. Based on whole NSE, which other stocks are coming up in the momentum, which other stock coming up in the impulse wave, that stock will be generated over here. So as of now, which other stock is zero? If query offset is zero, that means we are scanning the current week. Okay, so I'm clicking on run. So I am scanning on whole NSE group. Okay, so it's more than 2000 scripts. So out of 2000 scripts, let's see how many stocks are coming. So we can focus these stocks in upcoming sessions. And also I'll show you the back testing of this setup based on the query offset. So the implication of this spider impulse system is very simple. See, out of more than 2000 whole NSE group, I have got only 11 scripts. Which are these are the scripts which are in the early stage of momentum. Okay, like RV. Okay, over here you can see that this is the particular candle which we have got the query, because we have made the query offset over here as 0. 0 means current candle. It will scan this conditions on the current candle. Okay, so over here it is scanned over here. So when we can enter this trade above the high of this candle. So whenever you want to take an entry, just simply make a buy entry above the 141 mark. Secondly, the stock DMART. Over here we can see it's also in the initial wave of beginning. So priorly the price was showing us a negative movement, then it has started the momentum picking up. Also it is in the congestion zone. So if you are buying currently on the very next Monday, you are buying the stock, the immediate particular, if for immediate target would be this particular bar high, because this is congestion zone. The box which I have drawn is a congestion zone. So your target would be 4150, immediate target. Okay, because we are in the currently congestion zone. So to get the proper impulse move, it should be crossed above congestion zone. But for an early stage entry, if you are buying this particular DMART stock over here, the high of this candle, the target would be immediate, the congestion zone high. Okay. Second, we have got Dalat Algo. So it's also in the initial phase of early momentum. You can see this particular stock. It's almost from a years. It is in the downtrend. It is basically a negative strength movement. Now, after it is also going above the congestion zone high, and it's also showing as an early momentum with the volumes. And when you can also see when the price was falling, the volumes were all very dried up. So this is also signal that more number of investors are not happy about this particular price fall, and now they can start picking up the momentum as the volume we can see it's rising up, and also this above the congestion zone. So this also a very good stock to watch out. Now, example, let's take this VPRTL. This is also good stock. Worth over here in this worth stock, I'll recommend just go long above this particular congestion zone high, because the gap between the current candle and congestion zone is very narrow. So it's not valid that we can take trade now. If we are crossing above the congestion zone high, then only we can take a trade. So this query is based on the price action method and the trend method. So if the trend is in the initial wave of beginning, and when the price action is also satisfying the criteria, it will come up over here. So I've just showed you the current results. Now for the backtesting purpose, I'm using the query offset 20. 20 means the scanner will focus the 20 bar back. Okay, so I'm clicking on run over here. Same, I'm using the NSE whole group. So it's on this also, out of more than 2000, only 6 scripts have been came up. And out of 6 only, this is Nifty 100 ES. So this is index. So almost only 5 scripts have been came, which would be in our focus on 20 days back. So 20 days back means, I'll clicking on Eclair. So I have used this Control D option over here to get the bar number. Okay, in this you can see the bar number. So the 20 candle means this one. Okay, this is the 20th candle of us. So above the high, so when we got this particular Eclair script on this day, on this week, so we can go an immediate buy entry above the high. Only this is a very important step. The entry point, the entry should be above high. Okay, this is a very important step to note. The entry would be above high only. Okay, and the stop loss, the second method is comes stop loss. The stop loss would be the low, peak low. Okay, the stop loss I'm keeping up over here is very strict stop loss. Okay, because the trend, because we want to ride the trend. So if the trend is going against us, the immediate we can square off our position. The stop loss would be the low. Okay, and the entry point would be the high of this candle. Now it's also, as we can see, the entry would be on this week. So we have make an entry on this week, as then it has made in the congestion zone, then it has been bursted out. So it has started, we have got this particular stock on the initial wave of picking up momentum. Second script over here, see this candle over here, this week we have got. So our entry would be above the high. So next candle has not made a closing above this, so we'll not take. This candle has given us a closing, so we'll take our entry signal over here. Okay, this would be our entry signal, and the immediate follow back candle low would be our stop loss. Okay, we are keeping a strict stop loss over here. The immediate follow back candle would be a stop loss. Okay, and as of now also the trend is positive, even though the price has fallen, but it's in the green color. So green color indicates the trend is still positive. It has a momentum to go upside again. And also if you see, there is a polarity has happened. The prior resistance over here, in this case the prior resistance is acting as a currently support. So also there is a good chance to pick up the momentum again. Okay, now this script is also coming up in the momentum 21. That means we have got this particular query over here. This result has been come up over here. Likewise, let's let lower down like 19. So you can see that number of stocks are coming up over here is very less. It's not more than 10 over here. CTSC is also in the initial wave of movement we have got over here. It's also coming up in the momentum from here, but it is still struggling to cross this congestion zone on a consolidation phase. So if we are crossing this particular area mark, our entry is still intact over here. Why? Because you can see this is the candle we have got this particular stock. Okay, and the high of this candle is this. So entry would be on this candle, and the stop loss would be on this candle. So we have immediately get out of this particular trend when the trend has shifted our against. Second stock, which is a 5-star. 5-star over here, we have got this particular stock over here, this candle, and the immediate stop loss would be this candle low. Okay, so our stop loss are very strict over here. So the immediately the trend is getting shifted, will move out from the trade. Okay, currently is in the congestion zone. So if we have bought this particular stock over here, our first target would be the congestion zone high. The stock is currently in the congestion zone. So the congestion zone high would be our first target. Likewise, also the sector have came over here, like Nifty Pharma. Nifty Pharma has also came on the 19 bar. That means over here in this candle we have got, see, Nifty Pharma has also got us on the initial wave of beginning. Okay, the trend of the Nifty Pharma was in the lower low structure, or was the negative movement, but as we got this particular stock over here above the high, we can focus on the Nifty Pharma stocks. Okay, why? Because it is showing us the initial wave of beginning. So this query I have made will be is a combination of a trend plus price action. So based on the price action and the trend, and as soon as the trend is getting shifted, and based on the price action method which I have plotted over here, it's helping us to get the initial wave. Same Nifty Health sector is also we have got in the initial wave. So likewise, I'm doing a query offset over here to for a back testing for you how the query has been performed in the past. Okay, these are the scripts have been came like gateway also. I have made the query offset over here 18. That means we have got this stock over here. Okay, so above the high, this was our entry point, and stop loss would be this candle low. So till then we are riding the trend. So in the market, we have to focus on the three things, three important things. I am noting over here. Okay, the first thing is to catch the trend. Second, position sizing. Okay, second is position sizing, and third one, which is riding the trend. Okay, so the spider impulse system will help us on to ride the trend. Spider impulse system will help us to ride the trend, and as for the position sizing method, you can use your methodology as well. And the trend perspective, I have made a scanner only. So over here, for position sizing, what you can do, what is a risk amount? So example, your risk amount is say 5,000. So the risk amount divided by the initial investment would be a quantity. So over here, what would be what can be done? Like you can do the quantity is equal to the initial the risk capital risk divided by the risk you are taking. So that you will get the figure over here. What would be the risk reward can be placed. So based on the strict stop loss method, you can ride the trend. Okay. As soon as your trend is getting shifted upside, you will be the first person to get out of the trade. See, I have done the query offset over here. Currently is also in the symmetrical triangle breakout watch area, so we can carry the trade. So query offset is helping us to backtest this particular strategy. How we have gotten this query is based on the trend and price action method. So these are the stock came on the 17th bar, and which is a only 12 scripts have been came over here. Okay, so based on the method, this only 12 scripts we have got. So I have made the query offset over here is 17. 17 means we have to look up over here 18. Okay, so SSWL script in the weekly chart, you can see for almost a year, for more than a year, you can say it's in the sideways movement, or you can say a stiff movement, congestion movement. As we have got this particular script in the initial wave of picking up momentum, also when the price was drifting down, the volume area was very dried up, so the investors was not convinced on this particular stock to go down. As we have got this particular query on the 780 over here 17 query offset, the volume, you can see the volume is very picked up move. So that means over here we can see as the high of this candle get crossed, we have got the our buy entry over here. So if you have any doubts on based on this spider impulse system method and also the query which I have designed, kindly write us on the chat box so I can answer you. If you want me to summarize the method, I'll just summarize for you. So my simple trend mantra is vadare vadare levanu, gatare gatare bechvanu. Buy when price is rising, sell when price is falling. This is a simple trend mantra you should follow on the swing trading or a positional method. Second, we have discussed about the default parameters of spider impulse system, how they work. So default parameters are high and low. So the three colors, green, red, and blue. So I have demonstrated candle would be in three straight the colors over here. So candle is making lower when it is in inside bar or is outside bar. Then we have seen how to modify this. So if you want your personal indicators to get merged with spider impulse system, how to do. So I've taken the example of ROC over here. Just simply change the input of spider impulse system study as ROC and ROC average. So candle would be in green when both the inputs are positive. Candle would be in red when both the inputs are negative, and candle would be in blue when one of the each are blue or second one is negative. Okay, one is positive, second is negative. It would be blue color. Then we have discussed my way of using spider impulse system. So I have used the combination of trend plus price action method. Accordingly, we have discussed the setup over here. And also I made the query which will help us to get the initial wave of momentum taking. So if you have any queries, kindly write us on the chat box regarding this. So we can see simultaneously one by one. So I hope I have covered all your doubts. The main agenda of this particular webinar was to filter out the trend. And my best mantra is I have got in the market learning is vadare vadare levanu, gatare gatare bechvanu, buy when price is rising, sell when price is falling. This is the best way to ride the trend as well. And also if you want this particular PPT, you can coordinate with our support team. I'll share you the numbers. So this is our support team number 02235018383 is a line number, and you can also the WhatsApp on this number. Okay. So yes, this is Neil Parekh signing off from the webinar. Hope you have enjoyed the webinar and learned something new concepts. And for very all the best, all of you, for the market participants for the upcoming trading sessions. Thank you.